Hi, I'm here with Nick van der Linde. We are at UX Poland 2016 in Copernicus Science Center. Hi, Nick.
Hey.
It's nice to be here with you. You just gave us a speech about context. Could you please put things in context for us? We would like to know more about it.
Definitely. So the main points of my talk revolve around how we can use context as digital designers and also developers to radically improve the user experience of our products and services. So, for example, by taking into account location or the time of day or the current weather or anything we can learn maybe from previous behavior, we try to take all those data points and use those to simplify the experience by removing manual clicks and swipes and taps, for example, by serving up relevant content, using all kinds of different strategies and methodologies to really simplify the UX or make it more playful or more
Reduce
fun.
the amount of choices that we have to go through.
Sometimes it's about reducing choices, yeah, definitely, yeah.
I would presume you are very enthusiastic about all those new sensors that are kind of entering our environment, all the beacons, all the
Definitely, yeah,
new options on the devices we use.
yeah.
How do you feel? Would you expect this to put the roots in and stay with us, or you think it's gonna be something that is gonna fade? Are we gonna depend on the contextual design more, or you think users will drag it the decision back to them?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I think in any case, a lot of brands, or at least the success of brands, will be influenced by the way in which they're able to synchronize different touch points and products and services as customers interact with a variety of digital products today. So the way in which they use products and the time spent in between, and the way people use different products and services, and the way brands or companies are able to synchronize those different touch points and use the knowledge they acquire in one touch point and use that in another touch point. For example, the booking tool of an airline versus the mobile application where you're maybe doing your check-in. I think the ability for companies to get those touch points in sync and use the knowledge we have on customers or people, that will be a big contributing factor to the success of companies tomorrow and the week after, I think.
Okay. This year UX Poland is mainly focused on the matter of responsibility in design. We talk about the growth of our community and the increasing presence of designed products and services, and the need for some unified code and understanding of ethics. Tell me, what responsibility means to you as far as being a designer and working with experience?
I think generally the responsibility of designers is only growing every day, especially now we have so much different kinds of emerging technology, which we can employ in all kinds of different ways. Some are useful, some are maybe pervasive or privacy invading. I think the primary responsibility of designers and anyone in working in UX in general is about making sure that we stay within the boundaries of this ethical field, and try to make a good trade-off between privacy, for example, but also the usefulness or the added value of digital products and services, because we can easily get carried away reading all kinds of sensors and using big data and cookies and whatever info we have on people. But I think we should always make find a balance between or at least draw a line between what's really relevant and where we really help people versus where we are maybe invading their privacy or mining all kinds of irrelevant data just because we can. Because the technology is really powerful, but I think the responsibility of designers is making good use of that responsibility or that technology But of course, it's not like black and white. It's very much, there's lots of different shades of gray in between, and because every one of us has a different understanding of privacy, of ethics, and that's also, I think, reflected in some of the presentations and discussions we had the past few days. It's a really subjective field, and that's, I think, what makes designers and UX people more relevant every day, because it's such an emerging field with lots of uncertainties and very little established best practices, for example.
Yeah. Would you say that approach to this matter, like we've been talking about the different issues surrounding responsibility, the role of designer, the matter of good design for business over the last few days, and after listening to some of the perspectives, would you say that in general we agree upon a trend, or would you say that there are regional differences, like where you work, your environment, your professional network of people locally? Would you feel you're somehow specific and pay special more attention to certain things, or we have a unified stance on the manner of working?
Good question. I don't know whether there is this common ground amongst designers and developers and anyone working in digital in general. As I said, I think we all bring our own perspectives to the table. We have our own experience and expertise, and personal experiences also impact the way we look at privacy and ethics and responsibility, and black hat versus white hat and all these kind of different trade-offs. So I don't think there's like common ground. It's very subjective, and that's what I like, by the way, about Leah Simpson's proposal for sort of a badge, like the fair trade badge you see in bananas, for example, with regards to ethical design as a sort of best practice, or at least an attempt to find some common ground amongst designers, because I think it's really relevant, and especially because we have so much technological opportunities that we can easily misuse, that finding common ground and best practices is really relevant, I think, at this point.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here and contributing to UX Poland. Thank you for the conversation, and thank you for listening.
Thanks.